Yo, what's up, everybody? But y'all thought I ain't been working out, huh? I have. I just come out early in the morning. It'd be too dark to record. Or I'll be at night. It'd be too dark to record. That's why I haven't been making any videos. While I was watching this lady. Yeah, I be watching these people. Whenever they talk, whenever something racial happen, they always say black people. But then, when something racial happens against black people, they always say black people, but then they throw everybody else into the pot, which is bullshit. Because then it says it's just like somebody saying Black Lives Matter, and then somebody comes along and say all lives matter. All lives do matter. Listen, I'm not trying to say all lives don't matter, but when I'm saying something happens very specific to black people, they always say black people, black and brown people. They're always trying to include everybody with black people, and black people don't have no friends. You heard what the Spanish lady just came out and said. And she's in office. It's crazy. They would say black people, they would say black and brown people, people of color. Who's people of color? Everybody got color. Everybody got color. Everybody got color. What the fuck you talking about? White people got color. White people got melanin. They just don't have as much as black people. But they people of color too. That's why it's bullshit when they say people of color. They say black and brown, people of color. These are all the jaded and ambiguous terms they use. People of color, colored people, minorities, urban, ethnic, and poor people. Those are jaded and ambiguous terms. That could be anybody. It's not specific. But slavery in America was very specific. Jim Crow segregation was very specific. Redlining was very specific. What else? Slave codes. That was very specific. But then what happened is these people, they always say immigrants come here with nothing, but they're invited. How did they get here? They didn't just jump on a boat and come over. Somebody had to pay for it. And then when they got here, how did they find an apartment? Somebody had to help them find an apartment. And then they don't have to speak English because they live in a community where everybody speaks the same language. They don't need to speak English. They can stand it. Latinos in Washington Heights ain't never got to leave Washington Heights. Everything they got is right there in Washington Heights. The hospitals, the supermarket, the playgrounds, the parks. What else? The gym. Everything they got is right there in Washington Heights. Asians ain't gotta never leave Chinatown. Everything they got in Chinatown, they got banks in Chinatown. They ain't gotta leave Chinatown. They don't have to speak English. Black people gotta leave because black people speak English. Black people don't have no bank. They gotta leave. Everybody comes in America. They act like they suffer like black people, but they skip over black people. Because they ain't got to go through the same shit we go through, but they act like they did. They act like they suffered, they act like they went through the same shit black people went through. But like I said, the word immigrant implies choice. It implies choice. Black people don't have it. Black people are not immigrants by the definition or the term. We had no choice. We had to go through the shit we had to go through. But like I said, poverty was put on immigrants in their country, and they come to America to correct their poverty. So they skip over black people. They make like they suffered like us, but they didn't. They skipped us. That's why people will say, how come black people in this country all these years and they can't get their shit together? Why they can't get their shit together? Because all the immigrants that come here ain't have to go through the shit black people went through. They wasn't lynched. They wasn't raped and tortured and pulled apart by horses and intimidated by the system. Maybe over there in their country, but they didn't have to stay in their country. That's why they came over here. And another thing is they come over here, they call them people of color, but on paper, most of them are classified as white. They're called people of color, but on paper, most of them are classified as white. Islam is not a race. When Muslims come over here, they don't say their race is Islam. They say their race is white. Most of them are classified as white. Most Hispanics come to America, they're classified as white. Yeah, man. All right, man, let me get out of here. All right, but like I said, you know, they would say they came to the country with nothing. They came with nothing, and they worked hard. Hard work used to be called the N-word. It was called N-word work. Black people know how to work hard. They need to stop this bullshit.